What's up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at my most carried EDC of 2022. Now these are just items, and a couple of them I have two of because one I carried most of the way through the year, and the other one I kind of picked up later on in the year. And then there's one of these I carry like every day at work, and I don't carry it outside of work. So there's two for two different ones. But let's get into it. So my most worn watch is this Garmin right here. It's the solar version. I can't remember which Garmin this is. The Instinct Solar. I like this watch. I like it better than my G-Shock because the band is silicone. It's just more comfortable. It wraps around the wrist easier. It actually charges right here on the back. I need to do a review of this, I guess. And normally you have about a 24 or 25 day charge, in like if you don't get any light to it. But if you're out in the light, I have noticed in Florida that I can actually go over a 24 or 25 day charge. I can get like 26 or 27. I don't know how that works. You'd think if you charged it, it would give it the most it could possibly have, but apparently the sun can give it a little more. I really only use watches really for watches. I mean, this thing tells me like my heartbeat, has the date and time and seconds, and very rarely do I use a watch for anything other than just telling time. And a lot of people say you could use your phone for that, and you can, but it's a little more convenient for me just do this and try to dig my phone out of my pocket. Again, my phone is actually what I'm recording this on. I didn't actually get out my big camera for this one. It's just gonna be a quick video. Next is going to be this tourniquet. I don't carry this at work all the time because I don't really have the space to do it. But when I'm outside of work, I'm either wearing probably cargo shorts or a shorts that has a pocket like this right here, and this is where I drop this in at. It just goes down in there, and I just kind of forget it's there, but if I ever need it, I've got it on me. A lot of people say, people don't carry tourniquets. I carry, actually this is a new one. I washed my old rat's tourniquet, and I didn't know how well it would still work after it went through the washing machine and dryer, so this is a brand new one. That's why it looks so shiny, but I just keep a Ranger band around it to keep it kind of snugged up. And I do keep it through the loop so it's ready to go. I just wrap it around after that. All right, I always carry a Ridge wallet most of the time. I need to review this. I've actually been carrying this Ridge wallet, and I'm not sponsored by them. Actually, Miguel sent me this. He's a subscriber. He sent me this for Christmas last year, and I've actually been carrying this. Thank you, Miguel. I really appreciate that. But I've been carrying this thing for a year ever since then, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it stopped all my sciatica pain. I was having loads and loads of sciatica pain, and when I switched to that wallet and started carrying it in my front pocket, that all went away. So miracle worker right here. This is, I can't remember, it's carbon fiber, but I can't remember which carbon fiber it is, and then I got the money clip in the back instead of the band. I always carry a flashlight, and the main one I carried in 2022 was the Streamlight Wedge. It's just so thin. It almost resembles, well, this kind of gives away one of my next ones, but it almost resembles a Microtech. It's a little bit longer, maybe just a little fatter, but the Ultratech, if this was a Combat Trudon, this would probably be smaller than the Combat Trudon. I just can't find the Combat Trudon I want right now. But this has been the light that's been in my pocket most of the year. I do still carry some of my Malkoffs, but this thing just melts away. It's rechargeable, and it does have only two modes, like 300 lumens and then 1,000, and it's not just going to blind anybody. That's why I carry a light on my firearms. But this is it. This is what I carry, and I probably won't stop carrying this if I'm guessing. All right, let's get to the lights. Now, you've already seen the Microtech Ultratech. This is what I carry outside of work most of the time. I actually just got a new Microtech that I've started carrying more than this. I do like that one. I'll actually do a review of that knife coming up. But this was actually what was in my pocket most of 2022 outside of work. Now, you all may laugh at this and why I carry this, but I love this knife. I do. And it's so crazy. I never thought this company would make a good knife. And you'll be able to tell from the wear on it that I'm not lying. This knife is in my pocket every single day at work, and I've never sharpened it. It's dull. It's stupid dull. I definitely need to sharpen it because it barely cuts anymore. But it is the Olight O-Knife Parrot. Now look at this side right here. See how dark that is? That's all nastiness and sweat because this is what it used to look like. Even this side is dirty and nasty, but you can kind of see the micarta right there. You can't see the micarta on this side. It's a front flipper. That is so fidgety. I sit at work sometimes and just do that. I mean, it's just crazy. And this knife is so smooth. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't know if I've ever felt knives with lockups as tight as the O-knives are. It's got 154 cm steel, and look how it's held up. I mean, yes, this side is dirty, and I've got some wear. These screws are getting shiny. It's getting shiny right there. The pocket clip is beat up, but I use this knife all the time. I mean, let me wipe it off, see if it's got some scratches on it, but even the blade finish has held up pretty amazingly. And I just like the blade shape. It's gonna be easy to sharpen. That's one thing I look for in knives is the ease of sharpening. This knife right here gets used some, but if I was going to beat something up, I would probably grab this because, you know, sharpening Tanto blades suck. But fortunate for me, Microtech is only like an hour up the road and I can just go drop it off and have them sharpen it. But this would be very easy to sharpen. It fits in my hand really well, and it's just so fidgety. I would love to have a high-end front flipper that's made a little bit bigger than this. It's just, it's so smooth. I can't say enough about this little knife. I love it. If you don't have one of these, go pick it up. They're cheap. You can use discount code GearRunner to save 10%. You can or don't, either way. But this, I literally carry this every day. I have friends that carry these every day to work because they are like the ultimate beat up knife that you just don't have to carry about. I think they're like $50, $55, $45. I can't remember. And then you can get 10% off and you just don't have to worry about it. And it just takes the abuse. I've cut everything with that. All right, now what you all are here for, the guns. So what guns have I carried most in 2022? Now there's two of them. One of them I carried up until the other one come out, and I still carry this one a little bit, but I do carry the other one more. I'm actually fixing to leave right now, and I'm putting the other one on and not this one. But my first one I'm going to show you is the Sig P365X. Now, of course, this is a Zev. This isn't a Sig. This is a Zev slide. It's a mutt, actually. It's a Zev slide with the custom Sig fire control unit. I have, a lot of people ask me this, I have night vision optics height sights on it, the Holosun 507K with the red dot, a true precision threaded barrel, because if you're going to run a light, which I have the TLR 7 sub, I run a light on all my carry pistols, is actually still sticking out a little bit further than the barrel. So if you're going to run a light, you might as well run a threaded barrel, especially if you have suppressors like I do. And then I just put this Wilson Combat grip module on it, which is awesome so far. I do need to go shoot this gun and do a video with this grip module and see how I like shooting it. But in the hand, it feels great. It feels great. So much better than the actual stock grip that I had on it. But that's how I have this set up, and this is my configuration. When I want to conceal more, like when I go out of town a lot, I want to conceal a little more. I carry this. Now, even sometimes when I go out of town, and most of the time when I'm here, I carry this. And this was a game changer, in my opinion. It is the Sig P365 X Macro. Now, if you put these two guns side by side, lengthwise, they're the same. Only place you're really getting the big difference is down here at the bottom. You can see how the grip sticks out. And that is why this gun is a little bit harder to conceal, but it fits in my hand like a glove. The longer grip right here, I mean, it gives me a full grip. If I can show you this, I mean, I've got some meat hanging out down here, but I can't get all my fingers on it. This one goes all the way to the end of my hand, and I have a large size hand. This gun is, at least for me, is extremely accurate. Again, 507K Hollison with the red dot in it with the Streamlight TLR sub, and everything else is factory on this gun right here. Just feels great in hand. I don't think Wilson has came out with a grip module for this. I have spoken to Icarus, and they're back ordered right now, and they said when they got caught up they would holler back at me. So hopefully we'll be getting an Icarus grip for this, because a lot of you all said those grips are just the cat's meow. So we'll find out about that. But even when I carry this, I'm still carrying a X Macros backup magazine in my sidecar holster, because I always carry either one of these in a QVO tactical wingman holster. So I have the sidecar type magazine holder on the side. Just for me, it just kind of evens everything out. And I want to say right now that the X Macro in this holster is way more comfortable than the X in this holster. I don't know why the X Macro fits my body so well in this holster, but this is one of the most comfortable holsters that I've actually ever used in appendix style. Now, I always get mine in multicam black. Always. I've always got the multicam black Cadora covering over it. I always get a bright, and a lot of people ask me this, why do you go bright on the back? Well, when it's kind of dark and you're reholstering, it's easier to see that. And a lot of people will tell you, don't look at your holster when you're reholstering. And I will agree with that when you're carrying like a duty rig. If you're carrying appendix, you better know what is in between your holster and your trigger guard, because you don't want something to impede that trigger and then you try to force it down in here and it fire it. So I get a bright backing on mine so I can see it, and I always go with the metal wing so it holds it a little tighter against my body. The plastic ones work, but I feel like they give a little bit more, so I go with the metal ones. And then a little trick is they may be a little sharp on the edge, so I just take a little piece of sandpaper and sand that down so it doesn't cut my pants, and then we're good to go. Another trick is, a lot of my holsters look the same. I literally have like 8 or 10 of these holsters for different firearms. So in that little crease right here, I write what holster or what gun it is for, and that will never wear off because it never gets touched by anything. All right, that's it. That is everything that I have mainly carried in 2022. Let me know in the comment section below what you all have mainly carried, knife, gun, wise in 2020. I mean, watch as well, but let me know if you also carry a tourniquet, because a lot of people say people don't carry tourniquets, but I carry one almost every single day. Because if you're going to carry something to induce trauma, you may need something to relieve it if you're ever in the situation that you need the thing to induce it. I hope we're all never in that situation, but in today's time, you just never know. I love you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.